The first round of the MPO side of Waco has concluded. Before we go any further, I need to make a disclaimer that there's going to be spoilers. If you haven't watched the highlights or don't know what the results of the first round was, there's gonna be spoilers. Just a heads up. What a first round did we have? Before we go to the recap itself, I have to say that this is by far the best situation a spectator can be, considering how tight the competition is at the moment. Let's go see what happened in the first round. As you can see, the top 10, I would say, is really close. There are almost 20 players within just a few strokes. Of course, Adam Hams, the hot round -12, and Calvin Heimburg, a clear second with -11, but there's 6 players at -10, tying for third place. And then there are 11 players tied at -9. So it's really, really close. And I have to say that I'm enjoying it. Like, watching throughout the broadcast, I have to say this was fun to see unravel, because people were changing positions and going to the -10, and there were some surprising players there, and there were also some that wasn't that surprising. And let's talk about a few players that pops up to me. Let's start with the lowest scores. So in -9, let's start, for example, talking about Paul Mcbeth. Paul Mcbeth showed a really good round, even though there's 2 bogeys, but it's Paul Mcbeth, so if he cleans those up, he's definitely going to be battling for the win. And overall, it was just a decent performance of Paul Mcbeth, and this is what a decent performance of Paul Mcbeth looks like. -9. Nothing to be ashamed of. I have to say, it's a bit surprising and not surprising seeing Nate Sexton in the top, considering Waco tutors towards forehand players, and as we all know, Nate Sexton is really one of the best forehand players. So it's not a surprise that Nate Sexton is in the top. Some would say, and at the same time, it is a surprise considering Nate Sexton is the Grandpa Sexton, as we all know him. But this just shows that when the circumstances are optimal and when the course is optimal, Nate Sexton is a top tier player still, even though he's pushing the later stages of his career. But I've loved seeing Nate Sexton up there. Brodie Smith, bogey free, -10. One of the 6 who tied for -10. Have to talk about Brodie Smith. It's great to see him in the top, especially because he's such a divisive player, like in the disc golf community. Like, either you love it or you hate it. Eric Oakley, great to see, always smiling, just a funny character. Great to see Eric Oakley in the top. One mishap on hole 15, double bogey there, but other than that, great performance from Eric Oakley. Paul Oman, oh my god. I have to say, this might be a controversial take. I didn't know who Paul Oman is, but he has one of the coolest and at the same time most bizarre throwing styles. What I saw from Paul, he's a really good player and fun to watch, and also deserves to be in the top. He threw a bogey-free round also. One of the best front nines, which was -8 through 9. Can't do much better than that. So it's great to see a new face, for me at least, in the top. Also, I have to mention that Nikko Locastro. Great to see Nikko, because after all, we all know that Nikko Locastro is a top tier player. If he just keeps his temper in check, he's arguably one of the best players in the world. Like, easily top tier player. And it's great to see Nikko Locastro back. I hope we don't get another incident like last year. Knock on wood. But as we see here, Nikko did really well. No bogeys. A little slump through 8 to 13, but we're going to see more of Nikko because he's going to be on the league card. So I hope he's going to do really well. If he does well in Waco, it will do wonders for his mental health, and that's always a great thing. Then we need to talk about the 2 stars, shining stars. Let's start with Calvin Heimburg. He won the first Pro Tour event, and now he's again at the top. Is this year going to be Calvin Heimburg's year? I have to say that watching Calvin play the first round and the last tournament, it sure looks awfully like that. And I have to say that Calvin deserves it. Like, Calvin has a great forehand. Calvin has an awesome backhand. His putting is arguably one of the best, especially like circle 2 putting. And of course like circle 1, but especially circle 2 putting, as we saw in the first round. And if Calvin keeps this up, like he's looking at possibly be in the conversation of player of the year. Of course, this is really early on. This is the second Pro Tour event, so me declaring a possibility of that is maybe too early. But hey, what a start for Calvin, and I hope he keeps this up. This is Calvin's to win all day. Adam Hamnes. This is not as big of a surprise as many might think. Adam Hamnes has a great sidearm, and I think that's the main reason why Adam Hamnes is at the top at the moment. Like this, I've stated this way too many times that Waco is perfect for people who has great forehand / sidearm. And that's just a testament that Adam Hamnes is the sole leader going to the second round, -12, bogey-free round. There's a bit of a... Adam Hamnes said in the interview that he played it safe in hole 9, and hole 10 he made a small mistake. So there's room for improvement, but overall Adam Hamnes can be really happy. No bogeys, sole leader, -12, a really good round. So this is going to be an interesting tournament for the MPO side, considering how tightly together the top is. There's a lot of people in that like 3 to 4 stroke area, so anything can happen. In no way can the top breathe easily and just like open a couple of buttons from their jacket and just think that they can play it safe. No way. There's so many good players within a couple of strokes that if they start like taking it easy, there's Paul Mcbeth, there's James Conrad, there's even Kevin Jones, Joel Freeman, Matthew Oram. There are a lot of good players breathing down their necks, so in no way can the top 4 or even top 2 breathe easily yet. It's going to be an interesting 2 rounds that we're going to see. That's it for the first round recap for the MPO side. Like the video, comment down below. What's your prediction? Who's going to take the Waco 2023? Subscribe so you will see more of me talking about disco that I love, and probably you love too if you're watching this video. There's going to be an interview of Calvin Heimburg and Adam Hamnes after this. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.
Calvin Heimburg after an 11 under opening round at Waco. Just a pristine day out here, kind of unusual for Waco. So yeah. How do you have to take advantage of a day like this on this course?
Yeah, I mean, it's not often we get calm weather, no wind, and nice mild temperature. So you just had to go out and kind of score. You could tell there was a lot of decent scores coming in early. And I mean, I just kind of knew, because of the weather, I was going to have lots of opportunities to score today. So I think I did pretty well out there. A couple little hiccups, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I did.
Are you looking at scores? Are you aware of what's going on elsewhere?
I checked some of the scores, before I teed off, but during the round, not too much. I know where my card's at, but I'm not super aware of what other people are doing on the course.
Well, we all know Waco, the half open, half woods, getting a 72-foot throw in on 4.
Yeah.
How does that spark you, going into the woods?
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty nice putt. It was turnover putt there on hole 4. I threw a couple not so great shots, but still gave myself a look, and I was able to cash it. It's always a great way to have a nice big putt early in the round, and just makes you feel confident. So definitely kind of built off of that, scored a lot of birdies on the front 9, and yeah, helped me score low today.
More condition talk. It's supposed to be good, the rest of the weekend. How does it change the dynamic of this tournament and this course?
I think it's just that you're definitely going to have to shoot lower. I mean, I don't think it's like anyone's playing more or less aggressive. I think it's just, the conditions are more favorable and everyone's just a little more comfortable out here. So you're going to have to score super low to win this event this week if the weather stays the same.
All right, that's Calvin Heimburg, 11 under after 1 in Waco. All right, checking in with the clubhouse leader, Adam Hamnes. 12 under par today. Ideal day out here. Just break it down for us.
I started a little shaky. I was a little nervous on hole 1, left a little short, missed hole 1, and then I went on to get 7 straight after that, and I just kept it rolling. So obviously I'm coming off the Memorial. Didn't finish that tournament how I wanted, so I'm a little heated. So I'm trying to play aggressive right now.
All right, you got 7 in a row, then ran into a little trouble on 9 and 10, had to scramble. Break down those 2 holes for us.
9, I'm actually laying up. I'm only throwing up the middle to get advanced to disc only a couple hundred feet and just take my par. I'm not trying to play for birdie on that hole, so par was the plan. I got par. And on 10, I left my drive a little high, leaked a little left, and I kind of just shanked my upshot and got up and down for par. So, yeah, nothing too crazy.
And this back nine has had people have had some trouble scoring a little bit. Not the case for you. What were you able to do on the back nine to finish this out?
I mean, I had that 7 in a row start, so I was like, you got the momentum, you got the confidence, so just keep it rolling, don't do anything different, and make putts. That's all it went.
With these conditions and it playing a little on the easy side of scoring day, does that add any pressure to your round?
Not really. I like calm conditions, obviously. I think everyone does. It's beautiful out here. It's maybe 75 degrees, light humidity, and minimal wind to none. So, perfect scoring conditions. I'm glad I could take advantage of it.
All right, tomorrow, any adjustments, any notes you took today that tweak tomorrow?
No. I'd like to not be as shaky on hole 1, and early in the round I had a little nerves. I'd hopefully calm that down for tomorrow, and I should be good.
All right, that's Adam Hamnes. He's leading the way so far in Waco.